gonna work like it's supposed to be. Usually this is a pain in the ass.
Welcome back to our channel. That was weird. But welcome back. We hope you're enjoying our video, our one video that we have. This is another video we're gonna make.
We've had lots of good feedback, so we really appreciate it. Today, we want to talk to you about our 2017 Land Cruiser. If you tuned in for our last video and you were able to see our LX450, unfortunately, it is now sold. It found a wonderful home who is going to leave it in its true grandpa style, and we can't wait to see all the adventures that they end up taking it on.
A lot of you have asked about this Land Cruiser. It is our workhorse. It is our daily driver. It does everything.
We have literally been anywhere and everywhere
taking
in this beast.
We've taken it all the way out to Washington, California, everywhere. It's the highest mileage Land Cruiser I've ever owned, you've ever owned.
Yeah, it's the only one I've ever seen in person.
And it is reliable. I mean reliable, but we bought it in a field.
Smelling like stinky feet and wet dog, and absolutely filthy beyond belief.
It was a mess.
If you're joining us from Instagram, you definitely saw the cleanup process that we went through to bring this cruiser back to its full potential. So since you asked for it and you haven't seen it either, we would love to do a walk around and let you guys see what this 366,000 mile Land Cruiser looks like. We want you to see the shape that it's in. We want you to see the engine and the components. We are really actually quite proud of this beast.
I have to say, it's probably the highest mileage
2016 plus.
So the third iteration of the 200 series, if you know anything about Land Cruisers, this is it. And this is probably the highest mileage one that I've ever seen or know about. If you know of one that's higher mileage, let me know. Drop a comment.
We're talking about 2016 plus. This is a 2017.
Right.
So.
We've seen 100 series out there with 500, 400,000 miles. I mean,
the one the other day that was like right at 900,000. 100 series.
Yes, 100 series that right at 900,000. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
We are well on our way to the Million Mile Club.
It's not every day you get to look at one, so we might as well show it off. So I guess we're going to start at the back here since we're already here. The 300 series, you lost the tailgate, so it still has the tailgate.
300 series?
Yeah, the 300 series doesn't have a tailgate.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were calling ours a 300 series.
I wish. So this is not a 300 series, so it still has a tailgate. We love that about Land Cruisers. You don't find that in any style of cars anymore. That is just something you just don't see anymore. I don't know, it's everybody driving those little, I don't know, hatchback looking SUVs. So what we did, as we always do in a Land Cruiser usually, is we add some drawers. These are from Air Down Gear Up, and they're out of Erie, Colorado. And we love them. This is our third drawer system we've had from them. The third. So, I mean, if that says something, it means we love them.
We started with their platform prototype.
Yes, we started with their platform prototype. This one's got locking drawers. I know now they make a whole bunch of systems that you can have. You can have like with a fridge, you can have cooking.
Absolutely adore about Air Down Gear Up is the fact that we have moved through the years with their system options. They actually just rolled out the Rich Light a few years ago, and when we saw it, we knew we had to have it. The old system that we had was full-blown white birch, and it did kind of rattle a little bit and make a little bit of noise. I mean, I guess that's to be expected when you have the original prototype. However, I can say, as we have worked with them throughout the years, we have fallen in love with what they make. Their engineering is next level, and you have to remember this is a small business. It's not a big franchise. So we love supporting small businesses, and especially in Colorado, because we're out there so frequently and we enjoy our little mountain runs. So as Ham said, this is our third system. You will see that in each of the drawers they have dividers, which I may or may not be strong enough to pull out on my own without popping myself in the face. There we go. But each of them is custom cut like the mountains, so even when you're not out in Colorado traveling, you get a little piece of the wilderness to go with you in your drawer dividers. When we traveled in the 2017 full time this last summer, we had this thing absolutely stacked and packed to the gills. Firsthand can tell you, you can put so much stuff in here. It is way more than you would normally think. We had food, we had cooking, we had all of our utensils, we had all of our recovery gear, we had our clothes, we had our shoes, we had our shower stuff, pretty much anything that you can imagine. And as Ham also said, since these drawers are so nice, this is literally better than anything that he or I could make, and everything has been precision cut on a CNC machine and from absolute geniuses as far as the engineering goes.
We got this cruiser. It had stock wheels, stock tires, really dirty, but we knew we wanted to put a lift on it. So I've been scrolling Facebook, and all of a sudden these Nomad wheels come up all the time. I used to see them. I thought those are cool. So we decided to give those a try, and we decided to run a light tire, which was a Kenda. We've never ran Kendas before either, and we've ended up liking this whole setup. It's been great on this. That's another reason why we went with this wheel and tire package, is because of the weight, the saving of weight. I went specifically for the Kendas for the weight, and I went specifically with the Nomads for the weight. I know there are lighter wheels per se, but there really wasn't a lighter tire in this size. It really saved us in the long run when we were traveling. We had a 2008, and we had a smaller tire, and we were getting around 13 miles per gallon. With this wheel and tire setup, we had an iCamper, and we were getting around 16 miles per gallon on the highway, which is just unreal loaded with the weight we had in the back and the bigger wheel and tire. It was amazing.
As many of you know, we absolutely love our roof racks. Pretty much every single cruiser build that we have done has included a Prinsu roof rack. There's a couple reasons for that, mainly durability, lightweight, easy to assemble, easy to use. The slats that you have available, you can pretty much strap anything to this. Every single cruiser build that we have done has included Prinsu. The cost is also amazing.
So, for a cruiser having 366,000 miles, you may be wondering, what does the engine bay look like? This one, it was dirty, but this thing was one owner. I saw it driving around town before we owned it, and every service record was at the Toyota dealership, and they took care of it. And that's one thing that, when you're buying any type of cruiser, really holds a precedent. You want something that's been taken care of. You don't want, low mileage, old, hey, dude just parked it and sat there for years. You want somebody that's taking care of their vehicles. This engine is obviously the same one in the Toyota Tundra, which is in that million-mile Tundra club, where I'm sure this one could go a million miles as well. Another thing, when we were talking about the wheels and tires, about miles per gallon, I think another reason why this one did so well is because of the 8-speed transmission. Our 2008 Land Cruiser only had the 6-speed, so really those two gears somehow made a real difference in miles per gallon. The whole key here is maintenance. I know this thing's had a couple of radiators. That's pretty normal for a 200. I could show you about 40 pages of maintenance that's been done on this thing. It is just unbelievable. I know one thing that we did do when we first bought it is this emblem was very weathered, scratched up, been used. Me being me, did the stupid thing. I went on eBay and said, yeah, this is the year and this is what I need. And they sent me a $50 part. Didn't work, not the one. So I had to call a dealership and get one that actually worked. I will definitely say that oil changes are key to keeping a vehicle running this long. I personally do 5,000 miles on full synthetic. That's just a me thing. Some people go a little longer. I'm not too keen on that. It's not my deal. I know Toyota will tell you to go every 10,000 with this engine. You ain't gonna find me doing that. I just don't believe in that. You really only get longevity out of an engine is when you take care of it. There have been cruisers that we looked at that were really low miles, but you could just tell nobody's cared for them, so I would be more reluctant to purchase that or drive that. With this one just being taken care of so well, that's the reason why we bought it, is because it was just unique. And I really wanted a 2016 Plus. I'd never owned one before. It was not obtainable for the price that they command, but this one, it's been great.
Rig tour. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And if you can't get enough of our content here,
come over to Instagram. We are both there looking at rigs. Got a higher mileage one, let us know.
We'd love to see it. Once again, thanks for tuning in.